Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store.
Your light's a bit moody.
It's a bit weird. I'm going to get a new light.
It turns off. Every interview.
You're on a mad old rush. You're suited, you're booted, life is busy.
Go back. I've got meetings, huge meetings tonight in London and tomorrow. And I've got very limited time, which I don't like to do because there's a lot of people queuing up to talk to me. But we'll get 10 minutes in Parsons and I'll be back on a train to close out some fucking monsters, boy.
So, talk about monsters. Rumour has it a helicopter landed in your back garden yesterday.
Are you actually being serious? How mad are these rumours? I mean, you say that goes everywhere, right? Okay, no helicopter landed in my back garden yesterday. It's mad. All of a sudden, it's actually a thing. So, are you talking about...
Someone sent a photo about 5 minutes from the office and saw a helicopter floating within that region and said it's landing at Matchroom HQ. I'm just a messenger, Eduardo.
The world that we live in is mental. No, there was no helicopters landing there. Look, it's well documented. We have meetings tonight and tomorrow with Saudi representatives to try and close AJ against Deontay Wilder. Wilder's team are also in London. Shows you the keenness to get that done. And fingers crossed, we're going to hop back on the train now. Great press conference here. Looking forward to a big show in Sheffield and try and get it done.
Go into everything Sheffield when we've got a little bit more time tomorrow. Very pressing. This rematch clause between Dillian White and Anthony Joshua. Now AJ's team, I believe, are saying, fuck the rematch clause, we'll go straight into that fight August 12. When I asked you and Frank last week, you said you think it's unlikely the fight happens. If I said gut instinct now, what would you say? I imagine you've got to move very fast.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, firstly, a lot of people talk about rematch clauses. When there's such a huge A side in the fight, you have to do your job as a promoter. Like every huge name that I've worked with in boxing has a rematch clause in their fights, right? Secondly, it's me that requests that. And let me tell you the main reason why. Anthony Joshua is about to fight Deontay Wilder for, I don't know, $50-60 million. He's choosing to take a dangerous fight a few months before, where if he loses, he's really quite out in the wilderness, and also loses the Wilder fight in December. So if we're giving that opportunity to someone else, of course we're going to look for a rematch clause. Not against my will, but probably against my advice. Anthony Joshua came out last night and said, I don't give a fuck about the rematch clause, I'm going to knock him out. So just tell him to sign a contract. Give him a complete, simple contract. You know, Dillian White replied and said, I'm not going to do any promotion around the event. I don't want a rematch clause, this, blah, 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 blah. So we've just gone back now and just given him Dalton Smith-style promotional requirements. No rematch clause, August the 12th, done. The worry I have is I send that email and 10 minutes later, Sky Sports News are running a story and it's like, do you want this fight or is this some kind of other mission to land another fight or I don't know. So the great news is now is they have the contract, no rematch clause, August the 12th, absolutely nothing in the contract of any regard that's going to cause anyone any problems. Let's see. I don't think they're going to sign it. I hope they do. And AJ wants this fight bad. It's the fight that he wants. But we want to announce on Saturday. It's Thursday now. We've got 48 hours. I don't want to put a deadline because it starts rattling people. But the deadline's on us to announce the fight and other opponents that we've got ready to go. So I know Dillian loves a big fight. It's there for him. Hopefully he signs. Are
you disappointed by Dillian's comments? And Carl Froch also came out and said AJ White doesn't need a rematch clause. It tells me that they don't want the fight. I know they know it's risky and they're worried that AJ will lose. Both of those, sort of Dillian's comments and Carl.
Yeah, Carl's up there. I told Carl. Carl's got sometimes a bit of a bee in his bonnet about any big name British fighter. Carl Froch would be having a rematch clause in exactly the same situation as this. I would insist on it if the situation was the same, and he would know as well. So, look, I've given my reason, but it's irrelevant now because it's not in. Dillian's comments, yeah, a little bit disappointed. I mean, you know, I feel like it doesn't really matter. But the fight's there. If he really wants to fight, he's ready to sign.
Saudi Arabia, you've got meetings tonight. I know yourself and Frank are very busy on that front. How soon do you think you can get that finalised for Saudi Arabia?
I don't know. You know, we hope that we can agree terms while they're here. finalise the money and move forward with that fight. As I said, Wilder's team are here as well. That's very encouraging. We all want to make the fight. We do want to fight August 12th. I think that's important for him. They'd probably prefer we didn't fight. But, hoping to get both over the line ASAP.
Do you think there's any chance that next week we could see Joshua-Whyte and Joshua Wilder announced?
You may find that we've agreed terms for the Wilder fight. Contractually, I'm not sure it'll be signed by then. But we want to sign the opponent for AJ on August 12th, really on Saturday. I mean, it's 6 weeks on Saturday. Still got enough time, but this is it. We've got 2 fighters ready to go. Dillian Whyte is our preferential choice, absolutely. And we hope he signs.
On the topic of Saudi Arabia, Frank Warren's come out and said that it may not be now in December, and it's their plans are maybe going to be January, and that Fury-Usyk won't be this year. What do you make of that?
Yeah, it sounds like Fury-Usyk's not going to be a part of it. It's out of my control, really. It's a shame. I feel like there's so much money in that fight. I don't know why it's not happening. But again, we're focused on AJ against Wilder. December, we're ready. January, not a problem. Doesn't really matter. Gives him that forces the issue to fight on August 12th a little bit more, in all honesty. But ready to go regardless.
Just quickly, he wants to make Fury versus Dubois for Undisputed. Your reaction to those comments? Frank Warren said he wants to make Fury versus Dubois for Undisputed next year. Your reaction to those comments?
What, was Usyk vacated? Listen, good luck to Daniel Dubois. I don't know, that fight's just a bit weird in general, isn't it? It's supposed to be in August as well. Not heard anything about it. Or is there an announcement coming? I think there's a presser next week, been told. Don't know.
Just quickly, Zhang Joyce 2 has been announced for September 23rd. Is that still your provisional date for Eubank Jr. Ben? And are you worried about how that will affect?
I told George Warren before their announcement, September 23 is Benn UKAD. And he was told that Eubank's fighting Liam Smith on September 2nd, which we'll see. But that's our date.
Just lastly from me, Conor came out with that document from the Times regarding everything with UKAD, new findings, definitely sort of a new team involved and everything. What did you make of the reading, and what do you think now?
All you need to make of the reading is that Matt Lawton is one of the most respected and probably dubious writers out there. He has clearly seen information and science that leads him to believe that Conor Benn is innocent, in my opinion. Otherwise, he wouldn't have written a piece like that. So hold on to your hats and get ready. Not long now. I'm not saying anything else. Time to get Conor Benn's career back on track.
Eduardo, go and graft. See you tomorrow.
Only one way, baby.